Hello, nothing too complicated today. This is kind of a plain reading of Genesis chapter 9 up to verse 17. Then God blessed Noah and his sons, saying to them, "Be fruitful and increase in number and fill the earth." It's a repeat of what he said to Adam in the first humans. The fear and dread of you will fall upon all the beasts of the earth, and all the birds of the air, and upon every creature that moves along the ground, and upon all the fish of the sea. They are given into your hands. That essentially is the same thing as the dominion. Now, of course, we don't abuse this dominion, but we can essentially eat whatever we want and do with the animals as we wish. And no, I'm not saying animal abuse is Bible approved. It's not. Everything that lives and moves will be food for you. Wait. Noah, who represents a kind of restart of humanity. Everything that moves, that lives and moves, will be food for you. Everything. Pigs? Sure, why not? Oh, whale? Yeah. Is it kosher? Who gives a kosher was something set up for the people of Israel specifically. For them alone. Not for the Gentiles. Actually, Hebrew roots movement and people like you, even the Jews, modern day Jews, don't think 100% that Gentiles have to follow all the laws of the Old Covenant. That's just the laws of Noah would be enough. You know what, maybe just one thing. Laws of Noah. Yes, this 7 laws of Noah. Not to worship idols, not to curse God, do not commit murder, not to commit adultery and sexual immorality, not to steal, not to eat flesh torn from living animals. Yes, then that can mean eating animals alive, which some cultures do. And to establish courts of justice. Yes. That is the Noan laws. So according to the Talmud, we're given by God to bring set universal laws to the son of Noah, that is all of humanity. So let's see. Worshipping idols. Well, yeah, the New Testament will confirm that. Cursing God. Yeah, that would be blasphemy. Murder. Duh. Adultery. Yeah. Sexual immorality. Yeah, notice how those two are different. Theft. Yeah. Eating flesh torn from living creatures. Yeah, these are, and while establishing courts of justice. These are all, according to modern Jewish law, non-Jews, Gentiles, are not obliged to the covenant to convert to Judaism, but are required to observe the 7 laws of Noah. Yes. If you want any sources, Noahide laws, my Jewish learnings, Spencer Jeffrey. Then Noahidian laws, Jewish Encyclopedia Foundation, Bayer Zephyrin Neda. Okay, just, in other words, just go down to the Wikipedia reference section. Yes. And there are some, and there is Noahism, which if you, it's a religion that just, well, let me just go to the Wikipedia article. I'm going already farther than I would. It's a religion that holds up Jewish Orthodox kind of only goes up to like Noah in the Bible. Yeah. So they don't. They're not Christians, by the way. But yes, there is. I'm not going to give you the thing for Noahism. Otherwise, it's still linked in here anyway. So, do sound like different things. At the New Testament say, yeah, you don't worship other gods. Do not commit blasphemy. Do not kill people. Adultery or sexual immorality is a no-no. No stealing. Steal. Flesh torn for animals. Establish courts of justice. Yes. In fact, the Jews themselves won't even hold Christians or any Gentile to the standard of the Old Testament law. Hebrew Roots Movement. Why are you? Why? Why are you doing it? There is no reason. Apparently it goes far back as the Talmud. Yeah. So, its relation to Christianity, I mean, sounds like it. Yeah, okay, early Christianity. According to Acts 13, 14, 17, and 12, Paul begins working along the Jewish tradition of proselytizing the various synagogues where the Presbytes gate and the Jews met, and only because he failed to win over the Jews to his views, encountering strong opposition, did he turn to the Gentile world after he agreed at a council with the apostles at Jerusalem to admit the Gentiles into the church only as proselytes of the gate, that is, after accepting the Noahic laws. And where are they in the... There's 15, 1 through 31, all of Acts 15. Yes. Acts 15 is the Noahic laws in a way. The New Testament states, for great as was the success of Barnabas and Paul in the heathen world, and the authorities in Jerusalem interceded upon conscription as the conduct and administration of members into the church until an alternative Peter and of James, the head of the Jerusalem church, it was agreed that acceptance of the Noahic laws, namely regarded avoidance of idolatry, fornication, eating meat cut from a living animal, should be demanded of the heathen disclosures of entering the church. Yes. And even another rabbi hypothesized that Jesus and Paul after him intended to convert the Gentiles to the 7 laws of Noah while calling the Jews to keep the full law of Moses. I mean, well, different topics do the Jews really have, who convert to Christianity, have to keep it anymore? Not any. But yes, the 7 laws of Noah. Kind of thoroughly, in my mind, utterly destroy the Hebrew roots movement as something utterly unbiblical. Yeah. Of course, the most important thing for a Christian is to accept Jesus as the Lord and Savior. And out of it will become good works. Good works not being required. Remember that. None of these things are required if only you accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior. All of these are just proof. So, yeah, anyway, where was I? Giving your hands, everything that lives and moves will be food to you, and just as I gave you the green plants, now I give you everything. Yeah, inspiring philosophy may be on this. Just does not mean there wasn't meat before the fall. Just sums it up. Anyway, but you must not eat meat that has its lifeblood still in it. In other words, eating. Okay, this translation is the clearest. Eating things while they're still alive. Eating things alive. Yeah. And for you, lifeblood I will surely demand in accordance. I will demand an account from every animal, and from each man too I will demand an account for the life of his fellow man. This is interesting. I will demand an account from every animal. Interesting. Eat alive, if you abuse your rulership, all sorts of other things. Maybe also banning the eating of blood. I mean, eating blood sounds gross, so yeah. That the animals will have account for you. And yeah, that's penalty. Whoever sheds blood of a man, by man shall his blood be shed, for in God's image, for in the image of God has God made man. But Cain killed a man and God protected. Yeah, I know. This is how horrible things have gotten. Humans have progressed to such a point where, just kill the murderer. The death penalty is only there because of how horrible humans have become. Where someone will seek revenge for the one person killing their brother. Person with someone else's brother, and they will seek revenge on them, and then seek revenge on them. So the death penalty is just like, okay, the government comes in, finds this person guilty, kills them. There, you cannot get revenge on the government. There, it's done. As for you, be fruitful and increase in number, and multiply on the earth, and increase upon it. Then God said to Noah and his sons with him, I now establish my covenant with you, and with your descendants after you, and with every living creature that was with you, the birds, the livestock, and all the wild animals, all those that come out of the ark with you, every living creature on earth. It's a covenant. Not just with humans, with all animals too. The animals are part of the covenant. Another interesting thing. Yes. I establish my covenant with you. Never again will all life be cut off by the waters of a flood. Never again will there be a flood to destroy the earth. Well, we still get floods, yeah, but they're nowhere as big. Even if you like, oh, was this big regional? Yeah, there's still nothing the size of that thing. And God said, "This is the sign of of the covenant I am making between me and you, every creature with you, a covenant for all generations to come. I will have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth." Yes. Now, a rainbow is like seen as the warrior bow of a god back in the time. But this is like putting the bow up, not holding against someone. Like you're pointing, I don't know why I'm doing motions, but it's putting the bow up, as in the end of hostilities. Whenever I bring clouds over the earth and the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and you, and all living creatures of every kind. Never again will the waters become a flood to destroy all life. Whenever the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and all the living creatures of every kind on the earth. Wait, between God. Why did God just refer to himself in the third person? Maybe there's a Trinity. Yeah, because it begins with "and God said." Of course, God always remembers; He knows everything. But it's kind of a symbolic meaning, like He will see it and go like, "Okay, yeah, a flame." Or I don't know how to describe it. So no, God said. So God said to Noah, "This is the sign of the covenant I have established between me and all life on the earth." And no, I am not establishing. Noism is some weird cult. Just saying. But yes, it's kind of just like a symbolic meaning of God. Start thinking about, like God will think. God will. I'm not explaining it well. Sorry. Anyway. Yeah. Bye.